branches twisted into unnatural shapes. The further he went, the colder it became, until the very air seemed to freeze in his lungs. But he pressed on, determined to prove the elders wrong. As he reached the heart of the forest, he came upon an old, crumbling structure. It was a building, though time had eroded its form. The stone walls were covered in vines, and the windows were shattered, revealing only darkness. Rohan's curiosity drove him inside. The floor creaked beneath his feet as he made his way through the decaying rooms. It was then that he saw it, an altar, covered in strange symbols, its surface stained with ancient, dried blood. At that moment, Rohan understood. The curse was not just a story. It was a reality, something more terrifying than he could have imagined. The ground beneath his feet began to tremble. A deep growl filled the air, vibrating through the walls of the building. The shadows around him shifted, twisting and contorting into forms that defied logic. And then, from the darkness, it emerged. A figure, too tall and too twisted to be human, its eyes glowing like coals in the dark. It was the thing that had been taking the villagers, the creature that had been bound by a pact long forgotten. Rohan tried to run, but the creature moved faster, its long, gnarled fingers reaching out to grab him. He screamed, but his voice was swallowed by the dense fog, leaving only silence in its wake. The next morning, the villagers found him, lying in the forest, his face frozen in terror. His body was as cold as the fog, his eyes wide open, staring into the void. The villagers knew then that they were doomed. There was no escaping the curse. They were all trapped in Elder Grove, lost in a nightmare they could never wake from. And so, the village of Elder Grove faded from memory, a place where terrible things had happened, a place where the shadows still lingered, waiting for the next soul to wander too close. The curse had not been lifted, and it never would be. The horrors of Elder Grove lived on in the dark places, waiting for those foolish enough to seek them out.